Have you guys been keeping track on like the Asmongold stuff? Asmongold tweeted the other day that, well, not the other day, like maybe a week ago, that he was gonna start playing Final Fantasy XIV, and apparently like people are acting out because he hasn't played much. What's new with Asmongold? Okay, well, let's just watch the video, and maybe I'll just like react to that.
So let's see what the people on the Reddit are saying.
He wants to see like
so
what people
are
on
people
Reddit are
saying?
saying about, like, they're probably saying mean things.
Asmon deserves some criticism too. I always wonder, like, whenever I see comments like this, like what exactly are they not happy with? You know what I mean? Like, what is it particularly that I did that they don't like?
Yeah.
Let me put on some music real quick and just talk about this. I'll read some of the
see
comments.
both sides of it. I'll explain later, but let's see like what people have been saying.
Okay. So,
Oh, I like the music. Wow, he has a lot of tabs open. Holy moly, it's a lot of Reddit tabs.
Don't fear him being suicidal and might get equally frustrated, overwhelmed with how the world works.
What? What does that line
one.
have anything to do with?
I can take everything said in the original post to heart and consider my comments before I make them from now on. I only want to say that I feel like he's going down a similar path to the path Kurt Cobain went down whenever he got popular and then overwhelmed and bitter and talked about how music isn't the same anymore. I don't fear him being suicidal, but I believe he might get equally frustrated and overwhelmed with how the world works. For a guy also like Kurt who never worked before in their life.
That's just a crazy post.
And had a great time on their way to stardom. They missed out on a lot of personal development and life lessons along the way that will cause him to get blindsided from the price of fame. Hopefully this does not happen. Not everyone is the same, but the similarities are stunning to me.
Yeah, very stunning. Very. What?
Yo, like, what the fuck, bro? Like, oh my god. I love this shit. I think it's so funny.
I love it when he says, "Oh my god." That's his classic line.
Okay.
Never worked before. Dude, he's working. He's a streamer. That's his work. Getting your ass up and like coming on stream to put like a smile on and be a very, very like entertaining person. That's a job. And nobody knows how hard streaming is until they try it and do it a lot. That's why, like, when people say like, "Hey, should I become a streamer?" and stuff like that, or like want to try it, I say go for it. You know, try it out, see what it's like. It might be for you, it might not be for you. I think like a lot of people say that in general, like, "Oh, that job looks really easy." Like, I used to say that about casting video games, like being a caster. Honestly, it's so hard. When I tried it, I was like, "Oh shit, this is really, really hard." Like, I have nothing to say anymore. Like, I'm out of things to say. So yeah, it's tough. It's hard to be entertaining for like 7 hours straight, you know? If you stream that long. Asmongold streams like the whole freaking day, right? Yeah, and he's a good reactor.
Read another one. Not a god, something like that being able to get criticism makes an adult be an adult. So ultimately, a guy decides. Criticism of streamer at the end of the day is always boils down to why aren't you doing what I want? Because I don't have to. Get upset. If you're Final Fantasy, it's understandable. You look forward to playing it. It was disappointing. Somebody on YouTube video said their WoW guild was in the stream chat spamming Final Fantasy. I think about it on Discord.
Oh man, we got like fake Final Fantasy XIV Andes in his chat who are actually WoW players telling him to play Final Fantasy XIV, trying to be annoying Final Fantasy XIV players. No, but he's legit probably getting some really crazy Final Fantasy XIV fans getting mad. But you know what? Some of it like is understandable. So let me just share my experience like really quickly before I get more into the video. So when Asmongold made a tweet out, he's saying, "I'm coming back to Final Fantasy XIV and I'm gonna stream it on this date." It was like July 21st or something like that. Is it July? Oh my, no, sorry, it's June. It was June. It's July 1st now, but he tweeted like he was gonna come back on June 21st. Oh my god, oh my goodness, I thought it was July already this whole month. Okay. And I got really excited, and just like everybody else in the Final Fantasy XIV community, got really, really excited too that he was coming back, because it's been like a whole year since he played. And when he played a whole year ago, I was watching him. He's the reason why I started playing Final Fantasy XIV. He made it look so cool and so much fun that I started playing it. So he's got a really good like influence. Any game he touches like kind of turns to gold. Any community, any big community out there knowing that Asmongold is going to go play a game is going to get really excited, because they're like, yes, it's going to make like the servers be like a party. I quote retweeted his going live tweet, and I said, oh my god, so excited for him to play Stormbald. And that day I turned on his stream, and it was like 11 a.m. that he went live on the 21st, I think. And it was like legit like 4 to 5 hours. The first 4 hours was him reacting to videos. And I get that. That's like what he does, because he's got to make content for his YouTube. I don't watch him all the time, and I haven't watched him like in the past a lot, because I also stream. So I don't know if his streams were always like him reacting for 4 hours at the start and then play a video game, or maybe in the past it was like maybe an hour reacting and then play a video game, or maybe it was start off as playing a video game and then react later. Who knows? But most of the time nowadays, he reacts for at least 4 to 5 hours and then plays a video game. And he's a busy guy and stuff like that. But on the launch day, on the day that he was supposed to play Final Fantasy XIV, he reacted for 4 to 5 hours or something. And then I think he played the game for like at least like an hour or something like that. And then I think he went to play more Lost Ark after. So a lot of Final Fantasy XIV people were waiting in a stream and getting really excited and waiting, and then he played for an hour. And then I don't really remember if he said he was tired or I remember he said he was going to play more Final Fantasy XIV tomorrow. I remember that. He was like, I'll play more Final Fantasy XIV tomorrow. And I was like, all right, I'll see you tomorrow. Like, I was literally legit like watching. I wanted to see him play. Like, I was a viewer too. I was just like all the viewers watching him and excited to see him play. The next day, I waited for his stream also, and he didn't come on. He didn't stream. So I was like, all right, I guess it'll be the next day. And then the next day, I think he came on his main channel, Asmongold again. He's only going to play Final Fantasy XIV on Asmongold and not Zach Roar, because Zach Roar is his very like chill stream where he gets to stream whatever he wants to stream, and it's all the content in Zach Roar is not going to YouTube. It's only the Asmongold stuff. So yeah, he came back. I think this is the supposedly supposed to be the second day. I think it was in his title. Like, he put Final Fantasy XIV. He was gonna like play it later. Like, he just like lists all the things he's gonna do in his title. And I think maybe people waited that day, and I think he didn't like. Oh, I think what happened was, yeah, he got distracted. Something else came up. Like, his friend or mod in the chat, they ended up talking about WoW pre-purchase, and then he had a podcast right after. So the Final Fantasy XIV time got cut. So he couldn't do it at all. It's just like, you know, things happen. You get distracted as a streamer. You want to do this and that, and things can, a new topic can lead to one thing. Also, answering a very like huge chat like he has could take a lot of time while reacting to videos and answering questions. So yeah, I don't understand how the guy interacts with chat while doing 3-hour monologues. He does a really good job at answering his chat. I'll give him that. Yeah, like, I don't even know what that's like to deal with such a big chat like that. And he streams for so long. But yeah, so he didn't play Final Fantasy again. So far we only have like an hour's worth of gameplay on the day he said he was going to play it. And then maybe he was offline the next day too. Like, maybe he took a day off, which is fine. You know, streamers need their day off. So like the Final Fantasy XIV community were like just waiting and waiting, and they're like, when is he gonna play? When is he gonna play? And yeah, they just felt sad because like he wasn't playing as much as they thought he would, and they didn't realize that they had to wait through a lot of reacting. And then I think the next time he came on Asmongold, he probably played it for like a couple of hours, or maybe he just did the Kugane Tower, and then a couple of MSQ. I can see it sort of from a viewer perspective because I went through it too. I'm not gonna write. No streamer deserves to have like all this on Reddit like written about them. Like, that's just sad. Like, no one wants to see that. Like, if I go on Reddit and I like read all the stuff that people are saying about me, I'd feel like really, really bad. Like, wow, that hurts, right? Like, you shouldn't feel the need to write such bad things about a streamer. Like, yes, you're disappointed and stuff. I guess if I was in his position, I would probably schedule an actual day. Yeah, I think I would actually schedule a day in the week to just stream Final Fantasy XIV. And I think that would solve a lot of this problem. Because like they really want to see him play, and they're not seeing him play as much as they hoped. So just make it like one day a week. So basically, you know how I say I'm playing Hearthstone every Friday? If I like one day just came on stream and like decided to play something else, in the end of the day, yes, it's my choice because it's my stream. But a lot of people would get disappointed that like, hey, I thought you do Hearthstone every Friday. So like I would understand that, you know? Yeah, I think he should definitely make a set time somewhere in the week, and it could be it could be any day of the week. It could be changeable too. Like as long as he gives like a couple of hours every week for Final Fantasy, just so that the people they know when to turn into his streams, and they don't have to watch all the like reaction stuff, or they could just wait for his YouTube, I guess. But yeah, I remember I used to turn on his stream like three times last week or something, waiting for it, or was it this week? God, I don't even know what day it is anymore. Yeah, I think it's this week, 3 times this week. And I started not doing it anymore because like I never saw him like really stream it. And I was just like, I was thinking instead of waiting for him to do it, I'll just like go back and watch his VODs when he actually, like just to see if he played it, and then I'll like watch it then. But here's the thing, like think about this like analogy kind of. Like imagine being at the mall and then someone was like advertising like, hey, Chick-fil-A is gonna have free chicken or $1 chicken, like some amazing deal with their chicken at 1 o'clock today. Make sure to be there and get those deals or something. And then people line up and wait like since 10 a.m. or something because that's when they heard it. And they're waiting and waiting. And then at 1 o'clock, Chick-fil-A just decides, yeah, we're actually not doing that today. Maybe another day. And people who were waiting there the whole time had no clue that they were gonna like change their mind or back out of the deal, are gonna feel bummed out and annoyed and upset. But yeah, I think it's kind of like that. Probably not the best analogy, but it's like it's bad for their business, right? To like say that. And his streaming is his business. So when he makes a big announcement that he's coming back, his word means a lot. Like since he's a huge streamer, people are going to tune in at like 11 a.m. when he like shows up thinking he's going to stream Final Fantasy XIV, but it's not going to come on until later. Or maybe not. But I know he's gotten better. Like I feel like he's changed his title to say like maybe Final Fantasy XIV. Like I think people are understanding it more and more slowly as time goes on. Like he's just gonna play when he wants to play, or eventually makes a set schedule. Who freaking knows, right? So yeah, I see it on the side of like a streamer and the side of a viewer. Now let's read the chat. I think they poke at him to get reactions. Yeah, I think so too. And like someone was even saying it was like wow, people saying it too. But no, I definitely think there was like some Final Fantasy XIV people being crazy about it for sure. But not everyone, okay? Not everyone in the Final Fantasy XIV is this crazy. Like I didn't say anything. Like he can do what he wants to do. I would unfollow if you didn't play Hearthstone on Friday. People must really like him to be so upset. Yeah, because he's so entertaining. They really just want to see him play the game that they play and just see his reactions to it. And like I said, he's a really good reactor. So they're just waiting for him to react to all the like you know, the Final Fantasy community is like so passionate about their game. And whenever any big streamer comes to play their game, they love seeing their reactions to the story. So they're just waiting for Asmongold to do it. They don't really know when to tune into his stream. I think that's the main issue. They just don't know when. They're lost. They're really lost right now. They're like, when is he going to do it? Is it today? Is it this time? I don't know. So yeah, they're just kind of lost right now. They need direction, I think. Like you have maybe a hot tub stream. Yeah, exactly. I put in my title like Hearthstone today or Hearthstone now, maybe hot tub stream later. And I'm not actually going to have a hot tub stream. No, not happening. But I said maybe, you know, maybe. There'll be hopers in the chat. Copium. Open-minded Pathra, best Pathra. Aw, thanks. Yeah, like parts of it is silly for sure, but like I can see both sides, and I think it's just like a series of unfortunate events, I think, overall. Because he's a busy guy, and a lot of things happen on his stream, and there are definitely some days I can see like he just didn't have time, and maybe he does want to play. He's said it many times, but I just don't think it's very high up on his priority list. Like, it'll definitely be reactions first. Reactions is top priority, and then I don't know. I don't know his like life. Like, it could be like a few set of games. I don't know where Final Fantasy like fits into that slot, but it's somewhere there. He isn't playing everything all the way through, just one expansion at a time. Yes. He's still in Stormblood. I remember when I watched his stream, he was up to the point where he met Yotsuyu. He's like, what a bitch! It was funny. These reactions are great. Anyway, let's see what more people are saying.
So we're down to false flags now. Alright, let me read this too. It's not a streamer what they're doing, but people shouldn't be able to point out a streamer why they're reacting the way they are. It's not a what I want example. I don't play Lost Ark, but if Asmongold said multiple days in a row Lost Ark today, but never did, I'd be joining with the Lost Ark players and questioning why he's acting this way. But I did that all the time. Like, I did that all the time. I would.
Yeah,
be like,
I don't know. Today. Like, I personally like don't know if he did that with Lost Ark, because I didn't care about whether he was playing Lost Ark or not, so I wasn't tuning into his stream. But like, of course, since I want him, I'm tuning in nowadays because I want to see him play Final Fantasy 14, and I'm not seeing it yet. So yeah, if he says he did that also for Lost Ark, then yeah, it's just his personality. That's just who he is. Like, he'll play it when he wants to play it.
And then like we just didn't do it because I was doing something else. Like, you guys remember that? Like, I mean, I'm not like crazy, am I? Like, yeah, like this is honing today in Nopers. Yeah, I feel like this has happened a lot.
I think
does anyone look forward to honing? I do.
Because he's such a big streamer, like no matter what he does, whatever he chooses, whatever path he chooses, there's people gonna be mad. If he plays Final Fantasy 14, the WoW viewers are gonna be mad. If he plays Fall Guys, maybe all the most of the MMORPG players are probably like, why are you playing this game for kids? Like, you know, they're probably like that. But I remember he did mention that he put a poll up, right? He put a poll up on his stream, and he got people to vote whether they wanted to watch him play Final Fantasy 14 or Fall Guys, and they picked Fall Guys.
A lot of people like watching honing. Like, yeah,
maybe because all the Final Fantasy 14 people weren't around anymore, because they just knew he was going to be doing reactions.
Yeah, I will
first.
in a minute, as soon as I can. Not sure yet.
Not sure yet. They're really like making memes out of it.
Today, it was leftover drama from Allcraft Day. We got stun locked into McConnell. It's leftover drama. Listen, guys. Doesn't always complain about Blizzard not listening to the players. Been sucking up to Blizzard again and waiting for Dragonflight, Alpha, and Beta, and Copium Addiction in full force. He's been like this before. Company goes bad. Me equals good because I say so. Well,
dude,
so, like,
it just feels like
I find to be fun.
This is so hard. I'm really trying to like put myself in his shoes and like have empathy towards like reading a whole thread that is just basically shit talking you, and it's like they're planning his whole life and no, like acting like they know how he is as a person. It's a little it is crazy. Those kind of weird comments are not necessary, but of course, if it's like written in a way that's kind of like more of like constructive criticism, it sounds like a lot of people are crying. Yeah, they're just crying.
Funny, right? Is that like I can do something that most people want me to do, and then somehow it's the bad decision. You see what I'm saying? So like I went and I was like, okay, we're gonna vote on what you guys want to see, and then we voted, and then the vote wasn't the way they wanted, and then they're like, I can't believe you won't listen to the players. Like, I did. That's why you're mad. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like,
so hard to be a big streamer, I guess.
A multiple large audience if every punch in my
But yeah, so me having empathy for him, like it does look hard. But he should also have empathy towards some of the Final Fantasy viewers and how they're lost. They don't know when to tune into his stream right now. So that some of them are acting up, which they shouldn't be so
funny
mean.
Seeing downvote for being mods. McConnell hates you playing Final Fantasy. Yeah, I know. And so hopefully you don't see these people in thread as the Final Fantasy community. I mean, they're part of it, but like I of course I know that. Yeah, of course. When my podcast start, I've got to work on that, man. Like I just haven't done it because well, there's this problem that I have about being lazy. Yeah, that's about it. That's what it is.
This seems pretty long. I don't think I can read this for so long, but
which streams of anything unwatchable live.
I feel like I get the point already. Like it is just a lot of. You can relate to the lazy. Yeah, and we all get lazy every once in a while. Okay, and I think that's about it. That's everything that I wanted to talk about. It's just a big deal in the Asmongold community right now, and that's a stream that I've been watching the last couple of days. I don't watch anyone else. I just like Final Fantasy 14, and I just can't wait for the day that Asmongold streams more Final Fantasy 14.